Yeah, I think the most important not to get complacent, not to get comfortable where we're at, because we know, especially in this league, how everything can change after one game. So the mentality I'd like to go into that game is the one where we're trying to go for the seventh place, where we're trying to go and win in Charlotte and make that possible. That maybe if we could get a seventh place on the last day, or even if we don't get that seventh place on the last day, that even after tomorrow's game, we can qualify right away for playoffs. I think that's the mentality we need to get because, of course, we're all conscious that there's guys like you said breathing right like in our necks. They're right behind us and they're waiting for us to slip, and we can't get comfortable and just going into a game like tomorrow thinking that we're in eighth place and everything's under control because we know that everything could change after one game.
I know it's really out of your control, but the fact that there is an international break in the middle of this, like, let's say you were not to clinch tomorrow, and then you have to wait so long to play that most important game of the season. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, does that change tomorrow at all? Because right now you're on such momentum that you could then go on a big break, and you never know after that.
Yeah, listen, that's always an option, It's an option to keep in mind. I think it's an extra motivation, like you said, to clinch it tomorrow before that break. But then again, we know how beneficial that break could be too. You look at how we, our form after that last break. It completely switched for the better. So ultimately, that's not a life or death situation. But obviously, we would prefer to clinch that tomorrow and then not have to worry about that for the last game.
Yeah, in terms of like a team performance, it was really good. Obviously, we haven't been great on the road this year, so honestly, this is the most important away game so far. So to get a win was really important, and on a personal level, yeah, of course, it was a big game. I had a lot of friends and family there. The same as last year. Obviously, it was much different. Last year, I came off at halftime and it wasn't a great performance overall from the team and from myself. So, yeah, I felt a lot better to just make that performance several times better this time.
You guys have been chasing for a while now those final spots, getting access to the playoffs. Now you're owning one of it. You have to protect your place. What does that change in the mentality? Joe was talking just now about the danger of complacency, thinking that now that you're there, everything's going to be easier or whatever. How do you see you guys' situation, and what do you have to work on to make sure, I guess, that now that you're there, you don't lose that spot?
I mean, yeah, I would agree with Joe that we can't get complacent and overconfident or cocky, but we have to know that we're a good team and we can compete with anyone, and we just have to come with the right mentality to games and not approach it any differently than the past few games where we've talked about things as a team, we've gone through things tactically, and we've kept that level of focus on the field, and yeah, we have to take the same exact approach, and I think we'll have a really good chance of for sure making the playoffs and see what we can do there.
Hi, George. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just a quick one. Was your family straight from you or from Atlanta?
No, for me, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the team has been doing good. You've been doing great as well individually. What would you attribute to the good form that you're in right now, the last week of the season? Is there something that maybe Laurent Courtois or Laurent Simard said to you to get your game to another level?
I think in terms of individual performances, it comes with the better team performances as well. I think our whole team has been much better. Every single person who's played in the past few games has been much better than a few weeks before that. So I think it just goes to show that at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and we're all going to make each other look better. And like I said before, we've been talking things through on the field more about tactics, about how we're going to press, how we're going to defend in a block, how we're going to play. So I think in general, things are a little more clear, and and guys are more sure of themselves and more confident, and that just happens with the team.
Joe just spoke about that, the positioning on the field, the communication that you have with him. Was there a big some thing that happened in the last part of the season that made you feel like, okay, we need to communicate more, we need to speak more about what we do on the field?
I don't know if there's an exact moment, but after losses, then you just need to start not accepting it. So I think they got to a certain point after Cincinnati that we knew we needed to change something.
Hi, George.
Hello.
It seems like CS Montreal season was made up three parts. Evan to start, L next, then Evan again. How can we explain this? What explains the rising from L and this return to the battle victory?
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's just difficult to explain. I mean, last year I think the media had the same questions. Why it's such a roller coaster? So at times, you don't understand yourself, but I think like I said, we just kind of got sick of the losses in terms of that part, but in terms of the start, I think it's a fresh MLS season. Anything can happen. Not saying we didn't deserve the wins and ties we got on the road, but anything can happen in the beginning of the game, in the beginning of the season. So I think really just a bunch of teams didn't know what to expect from us, and that's what helped us.
And you're fighting for a playoff spot right now in Charlotte to avoid the wild card game. What kind of match can we expect tomorrow against Charlotte, on Charlotte, and synthetic pitch?
Hopefully a similar one to Atlanta. We know it's a big field, turf. They're strong at home. But obviously we've been strong past few games, and yeah, we just need to know how we're going to be organized and defend. And when we have to hit them on the counter, hit them on the counter. And when we keep the ball, we have to keep the ball for a long time.
Two more for you, Jean-François.
Laurent Coquelin really complimented you earlier today this morning. Your qualities, your front passes, for example. How did he help you this year to evolve and get to where you are right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's given me a ton of chances this year. And I think with that comes confidence in certain areas of the game, in certain areas of the field, and in my game. And I think just giving me the confidence to freely play in more forward areas, and on top of that, just give me the confidence to look and find options going forward. And I think he's giving me the trust, and I think that's the most important part, to free up my game and to make me play more confidently.
And we will conclude with Nicolas.
Post-game Wednesday, Sam was talking about how huge you've been lately on defending set pieces. I was wondering how much pride you take in that aspect of your game.
Yeah, it's something, especially Lolo, Laurent Simon tries to emphasize to get me stronger there, to use my frame, use my body. So it's just something that the team needs, and of course I take a lot of pride in it. We don't want to concede goals, and we know it's the business end of the season, so it's really important not to concede like that. So yeah, I try to take as much pride as possible.
Good. Thank you, George.
Thank you.